Hello! So today is the day when we're finally going to install our brand new radiator guard. As I mentioned before, the radiator guard is super important as it protects your radiator, protects your precious investment from the damage. As you guys can see, there's already damage that I can see on some of the fins. So in order to prevent that from happening, we got our radiator guard from Amazon. And I will put a link for it in the description. So it comes with two pieces. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to remove the lower radiator guard. As you can see, it's kind of tighter mesh, so it wouldn't match. So therefore, we've got a complete set over here. Now we've got some hardware that came with it. We're gonna need those retainers to put on the bracket that goes around it. I would recommend that you have some sort of a tray for screws. We're only going to be removing 3 screws to get this done.
Wait, there's actually 7 screws that we have to remove. 3 holding the lower fairings, 2 holding the lower radiator guard, and 2 more holding the actual radiator.
We're also going to need... It's an easy process. It's going to take about 30 minutes. We're also going to need a pair of pliers, 4mm Allen key. I prefer to have some options, so T-handle, short one. We're definitely going to need this guy. We've got some screws underneath, so there's a 1 screw here, there is a 1 screw here, and there's another one on the opposite side that we're going to remove, and this whole piece is going to come out. Then we're going to snake the radiator guard under. There's nothing else here that you need to remove, and that's it. So let's get to it. Okay, step 1, we're going to remove the bolt at the bottom that holds the 2 fairing pieces together. Now this bolt is different, so be sure to set it aside and remember where it goes. The next bolt a shorter bolt. This one does not have the same flange as this one did, so set them aside. Third bolt. There is also 2 more bolts on the bottom that will allow us to separate the fairing. The 2 bolts on the side will have a shoulder, and they will be shorter than the center one. Now we can spread the fairings and remove the center. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 retainers. We're going to have to remove those and place our new oil cooler radiator guard over top of it. We're going to do that in just a second. Okay, now we're going to remove the 6 retainers. Now my personal preference is, as you can see, these, they go onto the loader post and they grip on. So it's hard to remove them by pulling them straight back. My recommendation is to use pliers, dikes, and get underneath to elevate it a little bit and then simply snap it. Okay, this is the last one. Please take your time and make sure to be careful. You can set this aside. And now, place the new radiator guard over and insert the clip retainers one at a time. Once you have the lower radiator guard secured, make sure it's nice and clean before we put it on. Now for the next step, we're going to fit this radiator guard. Now, the way this is going to be secured, we're going to be hooking this on with these hooks on top of the radiator. And then the 2 bolts that hold the radiator in place, I'm going to remove them. We're going to run those bolts through our radiator guard. The 2 bolts can be seen right here. I'm going to use a T-handle for this one. Okay guys, so I think this is kind of a critical step that I should share with you. So I've done this, and I've discovered some things along the way. And so the best thing to approach this is to actually put the radiator guard, hook it on top, and then have it here loosely, and then take bolt and 4mm and your 8mm wrench, hold on to the bolt on the back side, to the nut, remove the first the bolt on one side, the bolt on the other side. You have to be careful with. As soon as you take it out, put the radiator guard to it and thread the bolt right back in. The reason why, there's a couple loose grommets, and if you just take the bolt out and then go about your business, move the tire in order to feed the radiator guard in, the chances of misalignment are pretty high. So by having everything there, you can just quickly put the bolt back in, put the nut from the back side, and off you go. Now we're going to do the other side. Okay, and there you have it. Both of the bolts are now installed. And our radiator guard looks quite nice. Time for the lower piece. Now don't use the ogre strength, but ensure that everything is nice and tight, especially when it comes to anything motorcycle related. Everything vibrates over here. So I would highly recommend that after a day or so, you come back here and double check any of these bolts and make sure that everything is tight. And now we're going to reinsert the bottom bolts to connect the fairings. Remember, the one with the longest thread and the larger shoulder goes first. And it's always a good idea to put a little bit of a blue Loctite. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. Okay, and there you have it. So I should mention that this radiator guard was $54. So check out the link in the description.
The other thing I should also mention is that the typical installation cost for something like this is approximately $400 to $450. So by doing it yourself, you can really save a lot of money. The money that can go towards your bike, towards your bills, and towards riding more. So save more, ride more, do more of it yourself. Make sure to drop in a like and subscribe to my channel for more DIY videos. Take care.